Hello everyone, welcome to EC channel. Namaskar, Vanakkam, Swagatam. So today we are going to discuss about transport layer, which is the protocols which are present in transport layer in IoT. So what does this transport layer means? The transport layer protocols provides end-to-end message transfer capabilities independent of the underlying network. The message transfer capability can be set up on connections either using handshakes or without handshakes or acknowledgement. See, if you see what is this handshake, see when one network is like if you take example here, mm, we have one network N1. So this is one network N1, and this device is connected to this N1, and another device which is present in N2's network. This I want to send a message to this system from here to here. I want to transfer one message. So what does this N1 does? It using transport layer, it sends one data packet, okay, with source and destination address and with the information packet. So what after this N2 receives this data, this N2 will give acknowledgement that it has received a data packet, or about it also gives some information about this packet which it has received. So for example, if N1 has given this packet with 12 bytes of data, for example you just take, and this network N2 is giving that it has received a packet which is of 10 bytes. Yes, there some bytes have been missed, right? So this N1 will will come to know that some error has occurred because it has received a message packet with a less data size. So it will see, so when it get the acknowledgement, it will also know whether the data is transmitted without any error or not. So the message transfer capability can be set up on connection either using handshake or without handshakes. That is what for acknowledgement, all those, that is what the mechanism is there. So the transport layer provides functions such as error control, segmentation, flow control, and congestion control. See, when we know that some bytes are missing, definitely we can control the error. So this transport layer also provides error control, segmentation. See, if the data is very big, so it will give divide the packets, data packets, and then send individually. So it also gives segmentation, flow control. See, when we divide the message packet, it should know, it should, the information should be delivered to that N2, that the messages are like 1 2 3. So first you need to put the one, second you need to put the second packet, so that flow control should also be sent to that network. So these are all taken care by the transport layer. Okay, so what are the protocols followed by a transport layer in IoT? We will see now. Okay, that is the very first protocol is TCP. TCP means Transmission Control Protocol. Is the most widely used transport layer protocol that is used by web browsers. Like if you take, we are using our Google Chrome engine to surf lot of pages. So those pages are all connected with HTTP, HTTPS. So these are all application layer protocols. Okay, so these are all web browsers, used by web browsers. So email programs, this TCP is mostly used transport layer protocols. So where are they used? They are used by HTTP. So this HTTP is for web browser. So if you take email programs, that is the SMTP, application layer protocol, file transfer protocol, that is FTP. So TCP is a connection oriented and stateful protocol, while TPP protocol, while IP protocol deals with sending packets, TCP ensures reliable transmission of packets in order. So TCP also provides error detection capability so that duplicate packets can be discarded and lost packets are retransmitted. Before itself I told, So when we are getting acknowledgement, we will come to know which are all packets when we do the segmentation. When the network one is sending one packet which is a full big size, then what it does, it divides the message packets and then sends it individually. Then what it does, so we will know when we get our acknowledgement, we will know that which packet is gonna miss. So this network one will know. So again it will take that info and again it will send the packet which are missed. So this will also will be helpful. So this TCP ensures reliable transmission of packets in order. So TCP also provides error detection capability so that duplicate packets can be discarded and lost packets are retransmitted. So the flow control capability of TCP ensures that rate at which the sender sends the data is not too high for the receiver to process. We already discussed, N1 is sending, N2 is receiving. If the N1 is continuously sending without seeing that acknowledgement, then how this N2 will take all the packets? So this TCP will make sure that also it ensures the rate at which the sender sends the data. Okay, the congestion control capability of TCP helps in avoiding network congestion and congestion collapse, which can lead to degradation of network performance. So before itself, the transport layers function is to control the error control, segmentation, flow control, and congestion control. And this TCP, it will be protocols used by the web browsers and email programs. And TCP is a connection oriented and stateful protocol. So this also takes care about the flow control, error control, and segmentation. Okay, the next protocol which is widely used is UDP. UDP is nothing but user data protocol. Okay, user datagram protocol. So UDP is user datagram protocol. Unlike TCP, which requires carrying out an initial step up procedure. So for example, if we take that TCP protocol, there you need to first do some setup configurations, but is this UDP, it's not like that. So unlike TCP, which requires carrying out an initial setup procedure, UDP is a connectionless protocol. If you take the TCP, it is a connection oriented protocol and it is a full state protocol, right? Stateful protocol. But this UDP is not like that. It is a connectionless protocol, and UDP is useful for time sensitive applications that have very small data units to exchange and do not want the overhead of connection setup. UDP is a transaction oriented and stateless protocol. So UDP does not provide guaranteed delivering because there is no acknowledgement. There is no handshakes and there is no acknowledgement giving by the destination network. So ordering of messages and duplicate elimination. So higher level of protocols can ensure reliable delivery or ensuring connections created or reliable. So here in UDP, we are not getting any handshakes or acknowledgement. So we don't know whether the data which the network N1 is sent is reached to N2 or not. We don't know the message which are sent by N1 is fully received by N2. So we need to maintain a reliable delivery or ensuring connections. So these are all need to be taken care when we use UDP. So in the next video, we'll see the protocols which are present in application layer. Bye. Have